It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the end of the week on a beautiful Friday afternoon. Welcome to all our friends across the U.S., Canada, Europe, the whole nine.
You name it, we're there. We're there.
And if we're not there,
we're going to get there soon.
We should be there. Welcome to all our friends who were kind enough this morning to getting involved in the Morning Brew show, which was kind of fun.
Absolutely.
And ever since then, we've done nothing but do mass productions. You saw Mia do her Hollywood stuff.
We did we've done BYOB, Teddy Unscripted, Headlines with Mia, and now Fuego and us. This will all be in the past 2 hours. Poor Teddy.
2 hours.
Teddy. Teddy needs like her own nickname. Teddy needs her own everything is all I can tell you.
And I'm in Facebook jail, ladies and gentlemen, so if you could do me a favor and share out the show, I would appreciate it. Because obviously, I'm not allowed to share out. They have me unsharing.
So I'm hydrating with water before we get ready for our National Red Wine Day. Our bartender is out getting our supplies we need for our homemade Mia Sangria. Oh, I like that.
Mia Sangria.
I
don't drink sangria,
I do.
By the way.
But there's a lot of other things here for you. Don't forget, it's also Gubba Rum Friday.
Yeah.
So you got covered, and I got covered, and I probably should not have worn white. It's all I can say, but it's all good. Teddy, I thank you for everything that you do, because you are just what this young woman does for us and for shows and production.
Now,
it's not even on a human level what she does.
Well, it's funny because you asked me to do Teddy's board today, and I got to do that. And if you go to Teddy Unscripted's Facebook page to see it, or the YouTube, or whatever it is, all over the place that we have, it's a very unique show.
Yeah, you got to run it 2 weeks in a row. I've been running the other studio, so.
Yeah, but that particular show today was different. It's an animator, somebody who's doing cartoons, and they're doing, I think it's a cartoon show.
I think she does voiceovers.
No, but I think it's cartoons, voiceovers. It's a little bit of everything, isn't it, Teddy?
Anime. Which is
a thing.
Which is like cartoon.
But it's really like a thing, and it has like a throwback to the Japanese cartoon characters.
Right.
They used to do that. So she has some of that going on as well, and she was mentioning the characters. And they have a call out, a casting
call
for voiceovers, right?
Yeah, so today I had on the CEO and the artist, Rose, and she is creating the actual cartoon. And then we have voiceover artists, which I get to be part of. And it all is a big collaboration where everyone is giving suggestions. She's writing the script. She's doing all the photos. And if you go on Teddy Unscripted, you can see some of the screenshots.
You know, you're taking this voiceover class, and she didn't tell us about it, but that's where she found her guest from.
Oh, I didn't know she was taking a voiceover class.
Yeah, it's kind of a class. It's a website where you can put in auditions and try and voiceover stuff. I never
knew you were doing that.
I found that out kind of just listening to the conversation. She's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, which you notice her voiceovers are amazing. She goes in, she voices over spots now like nothing.
Yeah, I get to be the radio voice of the channel. So at the end of every channel, I get to be the person who's like, come subscribe to us and all that fun stuff.
What channel is it?
It's called Diamond Plus on YouTube.
So you're the voice of Diamond Plus?
Kinda, yeah.
How long has that been?
We're gonna go live hopefully soon.
September, she said.
Yep.
Now, it gave me an idea to do the same idea that she does.
Mm-hmm.
It's the animation that becomes tricky.
And she actually said that she would be excited to do a promo with us for Poweropolis. Yeah.
Good for you.
I love the idea.
Teddy is rocking. I don't know how you do what you do, how you do all of it.
So
You're
much coffee.
Pretty much running 3 studios and a life all at the same time. New boyfriend, new life, all of that stuff.
Well, he
She's
ain't a new
amazing.
boyfriend no more.
Well, you know, it's not like it's been a 10-year thing.
It's been more than a year.
What? Just about a year.
Anniversary.
Just about a year.
It's what, your second year, right?
One.
We just had our anniversary a few weeks ago.
Ah, somebody has a birthday coming up, September 5th.
September
And now I
5th.
just-
What are you going to be,
Here.
22?
I'm going to be 25.
I remember
Quarter
when
of
I
a
was 20.
century.
That's amazing. But look what you do. It's really amazing because when you're going to run from there, he looked at me, goes, it's 12:03. I said, uh-huh. Everyone's in there.
No, I was making fun because she said, oh, we're going on time. I said, okay, it's 12:03. Let's go.
And we're out and we're rolling.
Well, they were trying to figure out a phone call.
And Vinny said, we put Vinny in there, and he said, oh, this is different. I said, no, it's the same. Oh, no, it's not. I said, oh, yes,
So
it
is
is.
Vinny doing the boy?
Nope. I'm
on
running
autopilot.
back and forth. We're autopilot right now.
We're in
Well, she says
autopilot.
that now you can do it on her phone.
Which
You
I'm
should
going to
see-
be setting up soon.
First of all, I'm going to tell
actually
you
right
something.
now.
You don't have to keep throwing bells and whistles at me because when she did her show, oh, I could put it on my phone.
It's what keeps it interesting and fun for me.
Yeah, really interesting. And I'm
That's why
like,
she talked
no.
to your son for 3 hours yesterday.
Yes, and it took me a second to realize what she did because she actually did a video podcast
Today?
That's what we
because the
always do,
guest
isn't
was
it?
a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And Teddy was the video, and there was a combination, which I have never done before.
It had to have been a lot of elements because Ted even said, who's running my board today? I've got a lot
Yeah.
of pictures. Is it you or Freddie? I got to go over it. So I'm
The
glad you
pictures
did
were
that.
easy. That was the easiest
Yeah,
part
you
of the
did
whole
great.
thing.
It was easy. I just wanted to make sure.
I don't know nothing
There.
about that artistic stuff, so I'm moving pieces around. I'm
was
putting
good,
a
though?
picture in, and then I'm looking at it. It was fantastic. I love the concept. I
do
love that
too.
concept for the Kids Television Network. I love it for adults.
Adult anime is a huge thing. I've been watching anime since I was a kid, and I still watch it to this day. I'm a huge dork with it, and I'm really excited for it to come out. And I'm hoping to, through this, get a collaboration for our kids network because there are a lot of kids animes out there.
What makes anime different than regular cartoons?
It's just where it comes from. The definition of anime is just that's what they call all cartoons in Japan, but it's such a different art style, and it's usually different concepts. They have more adult aimed ones in Japan, but anime is just a Japanese word for cartoons.
Now, I wanted to ask you because I have a concept I want to do here at the cafe using that technology.
Yes.
So, but I don't want to give it away yet. I want to talk to you about how to make this work. You gave me an idea to that. I mean, I was glued to this thing. I even missed the mark because I was looking at some of the drawings, some of the ideas.
She's an
But
amazing artist.
It's amazing. But it's the concept of how it works because I keep having you in my head, in my ear, telling me about giving lessons in life. And I saw you put Nancy on BYOB, how not to be afraid, and yada, yada, yada. I got a concept to deliver a message using this technology. Wait till you see what I'm thinking. And it's because of what I saw today that makes it happen. And
Exciting.
I'm very excited about it. And I think we have to bring the animator in, all sorts of technology. I have another idea so we can make this work for us. I'm really excited. That was really a good show.
Thank you.
fantastic. And I want to play that animator spot that we did.
Yes, I'm going to play it during our first commercial break today.
We're going to do that. We've got guests lined up. Vinny, you're going to hang out in here and run things. I got to tell you, I give you a lot of credit. You didn't hear all the compliments I was giving you. You have learned so much in the past, I don't even know, 2-3 weeks since the first time you went on that board in there. Maybe it's longer. But now we called Vinny in to fix the board. I called Vinny in today to help with some logos, to help with the lower thirds, because you're quick, you're good, you pay attention to detail, and you always, like Teddy, say, all right, I'm going to give it a try. So thank you for
But
that.
Vinny, I have a question to ask you. You take pictures all over the place. If I were to put a picture still up, one of the pictures, there's a technology, because I've seen it on phones, that animates the picture. Have you ever seen that?
I've heard about it, but I've never used it.
You seen it?
I know there are the apps that turn things into cartoons.
Still picture a movie.
I'm gonna sit you down with the whole gang, and I've come up with an idea of how to use your camera for production.
I'm sorry, I'm choking to myself
Oh,
because
I thought that was a microphone. Hey, that guy-
because here's what I'm thinking. Not only are we on autopilot, but apparently now Fuego's
They
on
finished.
autopilot. They did?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
started on time.
Because I'm thinking everything's running on autopilot. I was a little thinking that's pretty kind of
They're a
cool.
whole lot faster. But there's a whole lot of different things. And I've been wondering how to use Vinny's 5,000 pictures. And now I've come up,
He goes, yeah, maybe.
but I've come up with an idea of how to use it. Wait till you see what we're gonna do. I am very excited about this new thing. And this is something that goes back 8 years ago
Yeah.
that I was commissioned to do and I didn't get it done. This was when I was with the WWE.
How was it?
And they didn't pull the trigger on it. They're dumb. They should have. And now I'm going to bring it back, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about.
All right. You're going to hang out with us? We got a lot going on. I want you to stay put because as a photographer, I want to know what's in your eye. We've got Amy Minty joining us at 12:30. We've got Ask Dear Abby joining us, and we're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, we've got Marcella Scherer, an image expert, empowering women leaders, and she is the CEO and owner of Marcella Scherer Image and Presence Consultant. What do we do about branding now in the digital age on camera? How do we show up? What is our brand? What is our image? And I want to ask her, how do we identify what our brand is? Like I said to her on the phone, you will probably, if ever, see me in a blazer and a three-piece suit. So how do you come up with your branding? How do you come up with the image that is right for you and your message? So stay tuned. We're going to go to commercial break, and we will be right back.
Hello out there, you beautiful people. This is me, Hector the Animator, visual effects artist, animator, and soon-to-be and world-renowned recording artist. But among my many, many medley of skills, one of my many, many passions is cooking. And I am so confident in my cooking skills that I believe I can teach you how to make whatever your little hearts desire. From cookies, to cakes, to breads, to, well, whatever this is. And I believe that I can show you that not only can these recipes are not as difficult as they look, but with a little time, a little practice, and a whole lot of patience, that you too can make these delicious treats at your own home. Homemade with the Animator. Every Saturday at 9:30 a.m. on the Kids Television Network. Come on, kids, do try this at home.
Amp Media Productions and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They've been working around the clock nonstop to promote over 500 shows and businesses reaching all over South Florida. With added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio, it's never been easier to get your voice heard by millions of listeners. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
Network is a platform to amplify the impact and voices for Gen Z and millennials, covering topics from small businesses, cooking, inspiration, and hot topics. 2020 puts a modern spin to what is happening in our world and everyday lives. 2020 Network has something for everyone. There's Slick Speaks, Teddy Unscripted, Small Talk, Homemade with the Animator, Musical Therapy, Spotlight, No Pun Intended, Callaway's Corner, What's the Tea? We will be sure to help you amplify your impact and inspiration on the 2020 Network. We are an upbeat, dynamic group that turns every show into a great time.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Oh, back to us.
And we was back.
Welcome back. We're going to go back to Vinny. He's putting some things together. We got a lot. I got to ask you a question while we're waiting for Marcella to join us.
Yes.
How did you find your brand image? How did you become who you are?
My brand image?
Do you have a brand?
Yes.
Which is?
Um,
This is a serious question. You were never in front of the camera. And then
No.
suddenly, boom, I said, Freddie, our room is too big. You have to sit with me on the camera because we can't continue to do what we were doing. And you came on the camera, and how did your image evolve?
well, you got to understand, when I first started, it's not the same thing that I do now. So,
So-
are you asking me about the brand image now or when I first started?
Now, how has it evolved?
Ugh, I knew you would say no. Now it's because of what I thought about the first time. Now I'm opening up platforms. So my brand image, I used to say on radio, watch all of, it's the only radio station you can see. It's the only radio show you can see. That's what we used to talk about. Bringing radio to life, bringing a voice to life. And then when I met you, you took that whole voice thing in a different direction.
Totally, because now we even got Mia singing today. But I mean you, when you show up on camera, when you're out in the public eye, when we used to go to events, when we went on planes, trains, and automobiles, when we went to networking events. Do you have an image when you get dressed in the morning? I know I shouldn't even ask this question.
Are you serious?
I should not even ask this question.
Is she serious?
Do you think about your image for the day?
I'm lucky I put on a shirt. What are you talking about? No.
But yet, when you produce other shows, and the first
If I
thing,
had hair, I wouldn't wear a hat.
but your image is now your hat.
Yeah, my image is my hat. How do you like my legacy to be my hat?
No one's even listening to us, is all I
course
got to
not.
tell you.
And my legacy is my hat.
Yes.
So when I go to the beach, I wear my hat, and all the kids say, "Take off your hat. You're at the beach."
Your hat and your belt. So you have been now become branded as who you
As
are
an
with your hat
idiot.
and your belt.
How to be
No.
an idiot in less than 20 words.
No. Truly, you have. But when I first started working with you, you told me from day one,
Yeah.
know my brand, know my image, and what that image is. I must be that image and that brand always. You told me at the grocery store, at the gym, wherever I am, that is who I am. So pretty
that's
much,
you.
oh, Patty Wan, choose wisely it was. Choose your brand.
Yeah, but that's you.
But that's what we tell all of our hosts. We say to Jordana Foster, is your brand a blazer jacket? Because ever since we met her, she always has a colorful blazer jacket on. And that has
She's
become,
very colorful.
but it's always a jacket. That is her brand.
never noticed that.
She always wears a blazer. And I know her blazer, so like I know the pink one she wore at this event and the blue one she wore at this event, and there's a story behind her
But
blazers.
women are different than men
Why?
because women are good to look at.
So are men. They smell good.
We
Although Michelle
make-
always says women smell better, but
You see Michelle and I get into an argument. But look at the guys. They don't have
Slick's got a
blazers
brand.
on. What's his brand? He's wearing his psychedelic shoes.
But Slick's always very branded. Teddy, I don't know so much if she's got her brand yet.
When Teddy brings it, she's branded. And when
Yeah.
but she's now the teddy bear.
But she's so much more than that.
But the teddy bear is an adorable creature. Teddy's
We're
new
talking
brand,
about
the teddy bear.
brands. When you get dressed every day, Slick, grab a mic. You have a brand of Slick Speaks.
Yes. No, I don't have a brand of Slick Speaks, but I like this conversation because when I get dressed every day, I'm always indecisive, guys.
It takes you 4 hours to figure out your shoes.
Because it depends. It has to flow correctly.
You're flowing.
If it doesn't flow
It has to
correctly-
flow.
But yeah, there's a certain brand when it comes to Slick Speaks because I like to be semi-casual.
And I'm with you. Sometimes I change 3 times. I put on a shirt, and I don't like the skirt. I change the skirt twice, and at the end of it, I change the blouse also. And now I've changed my outfit 4 times before I walk out the door.
But is that style or is that just because you're a little nuts?
It's me, I know I'm indecisive. So every time, like, there was one time I changed so much, I came back to the same outfit that I started out with. I'm like, okay, it's fine.
But he's slick. He's got this whole slick kind of brand. The hat, you know, he's always got a whole coordination thing going on.
I don't know this.
Everybody would know, like, you, Freddie, with your hat and your style, and be like, that's Freddie.
You guys make fun of me.
I
all the
know.
time.
That's
All the time. So it says, stop wearing that. And I can't even wear Velcro shoes because it's not,
please. I'm so sorry. No Velcro shoes.
you see,
But
I
we're
can't
gonna
put on a
talk-
fanny
We're going
pack.
to talk to Marcella now because now in this digital age of marketing and branding, people are doing a lot online. And what does that look like from the waist up anyway? How do we brand from the waist up? Is it our background? Is it how we present ourselves? Our hair, makeup, hat,
Or lack of.
clothing, all of the above.
Or lack of.
How do I identify a brand? And I'm excited
And
that we
don't
get
shower for a week.
to talk to Marcella because our favorite author is in the house, Amy Minty. And Amy's brand is, we're going to talk about that also.
That's another mystery I want to get into.
Exactly. So it's going to be
Even Ron agrees. Yeah, he lives with her. That's another mystery because for her it changes every week.
Yeah, I still have never heard of a toastskagen before, Ron. That was the first time, and nobody else has heard of it either. A toastskagen.
It's a real deal?
Dish. It's a lot of bit of mayonnaise and some shrimp,
I'm all in.
and with mayo. I knew we had Freddie at Mayo, so we were all good.
You
I
had
should
me
have
at
told her to
Mayo.
bring some.
Very
Had a-
dangerous combination.
Mayo on toast, and I think Freddie's all in. Is all I can tell
Matter
you.
of fact, I had some of that yesterday.
Teddy, Slick, let's set up that set for Amy. She's going to join us. Okay, she's going to be right
Get my
there.
computer out of there.
Yeah, I kind of focus
And they're working on that.
It's funny because you never. I mean, you talk about image, right? And I didn't want to be on in front of the camera. I didn't have to want to worry about that.
No, there's a nice image, too.
Even Brad Pitt says, "Listen, it all works."
They don't even know they put it up there.
Hey, Vinny, I got Brad behind me. He wants to know if Brad Pitt wants to know if I could take him down.
He's like, what, huh?
Who's the girl next to Brad?
That's
Who
his
is
new
that?
girlfriend.
That's his new girlfriend?
That's his new the
Who is
German.
that?
Well,
She
didn't you
looks like-
watch?
She looks like Paulina. She's beautiful.
telling you, she is.
Where's Mia? That's the German superstar.
Mia
That's
knows.
his new girlfriend.
That's his new
Beautiful.
girlfriend?
This is the new rumor. Yeah.
Interesting.
What did
Didn't
she
you see
see in
Mia's
him?
show?
We did, and we didn't even realize Katy Perry had a baby, nor did we realize they were even together.
Katy Perry had a baby.
We didn't
Katy
even realize
Perry?
that.
Dude,
I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that either? Where
No.
you guys been?
Yeah,
Gotta
she was
watch
my
Mia's
crush.
show.
She's my crush. Yeah, I gotta watch Mia's show.
You got to watch me a show. Let us know when Marcella comes on the line, Slick.
Okay.
We'll bring her over and talk about branding.
So the interesting aspect is, I was told just to smell good.
That's always a plus.
Just to smell good, put on a shirt once in a
Except
while.
no one can smell you through TV.
I can smell me. And as long as I smell delicious, I'm good to go.
It makes
Now,
a big
can a man
difference.
smell delicious? Slick, you
Yes.
smell delicious?
Oh yes.
Do you?
Oh yes.
You do?
I had no like this is what is
You
it?
smell
I can't-
delicious?
I
Wait a
can't,
minute.
I can't say it's a pickup line, but like I actually went into a Macy's and I was gonna buy the same cologne. Then I was like, no, I needed help from somebody. I'm like, I need a smell kind of just like this that's lasting, but a different smell because I don't want to go to a party smelling like everybody else. I want to stand out.
So what do you
So
wear?
she really helped me. She made me find a Hugo Boss, a deep Hugo Boss one.
That's a
That's a
good
nice smell. That's a nice smell. She was like, she basically said you'll get a lot of attention with it, but she
When
she
you put it on,
insinuated.
where do you put it when you put it on?
Oh me?
I put it here, 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 here.
And that's really lovely for radio because it's so descriptive.
Here, here, here,
here, here, here.
It's-
So
it looks like
pretty
his
much
shoulder.
Oh, I'm
around-
so sorry. Neck, neck,
that-
a neck. I splash on the neck, and then I do the shoulders, and then I go down. What is it? I do my chest and one pant leg. And that's
One
about
pant
it.
leg, but not
one
two.
pant, not two.
I had a dream about that. I'm kidding.
One pant leg, one pant leg down, and that's it.
I
That's
guess it-
my-
I guess-
that's
I
my
guess it's
cologne
effective.
ritual.
I don't know.
But it is effective though.
It is.
Yeah.
Interesting. One pant leg and not two.
One pant leg, yeah.
Very interesting.
And they,
so we're
and
gonna
they
come back. We're
vary
gonna
from
talk
each
about
day.
some branding that we got going on.
Then the other style is you see how guys wear their shirts outside of the pants, like they wear jeans and that. So my stepdaughter one day she dressed me with these boots that really hurt, jeans and a shirt like what Ryan has on in white, hanging out, and I felt uncomfortable because I had never done that. Then I said, oh, what the hell? So when I went to Atlantic Avenue and had dinner, this is back. Everybody was like, oh, I know. All of a sudden, people knew and were recognizing me.
It's
That's
casual.
ridiculous.
Come on
casual.
in, Amy. Yeah, we're just wondering where
No,
you
Amy, go sit in the parking lot.
Ron's
Yes, get
hanging out.
in here.
Bring it over.
So I guess styles sort of bend. Now, you've always dressed up to do shows.
Not well to do shows, yes, but my
I was
brand
looking at
has,
the archives always.
it's changed though. If you look, I was a lot more casual,
When?
a lot younger
When?
when you and I started doing
It
this.
wasn't a lot more casual.
Yeah,
It wasn't. What's more casual?
bigger tops, not as form-fitting, certainly not as much makeup, not as much hair or hairspray, not a deep
So
lip
you
color.
went from 30 minutes of getting ready in the morning to 2 hours?
About an hour and a half, yeah.
Really? And that's your whole ritual?
Yeah, which is why now on Saturday nights, I'm kind of liking not going out for dinner because I do this 5 days a week. But it's worth it because it's a 12-hour day to do all this work for an hour at dinner. I'm like, heck, it's just like, that's not
But
even
didn't
worth
you
it.
hear what Amy said? Less is more? How to learn to do nothing?
Yes, how
I
to
do very
nothing.
little. What?
How to do nothing, he says.
Yes.
We're back to that. How to do
How,
nothing.
how
part.
long does it take you to get ready?
I very little. I put my makeup on in the car.
In the car while you're driving or not
yeah.
driving?
Well, sometimes when I'm driving too. Yeah.
I see.
Depends, but usually when Ron's driving, it's easier.
Yeah, that's a good thing. When Ron's driving, it's a lot easier to put on your makeup.
Doesn't everyone try to
But
do everything in
I-
the car? Like, doesn't everyone try to eat or even sleep sometimes, or even like write things, play the ukulele? Everything in the car.
A ukulele.
I do a lot in the car personally. I ate an orange driving, and that was difficult just recently because I was peeling it, trying not to get it all over me, and then luckily we have wipes in our car now. So
Right? Bacterial wipes.
Yeah.
We should put a GoPro in Amy's car. Amy, this all goes to branding. I can't wait to see what Marcella has to say about how we go branding because
I can't wait
we've
either.
talked about this for a long time with you, and I'm still talking about the Toastskagen. No, we've never heard of it.
Well, I had never heard of it until my girlfriend Liz went to work at Waxen's, and otherwise I wouldn't know. It happened to be
Toastskagen.
Skagen.
Toastskagen.
Skagen.
2 words.
The G is emphasized.
Of course it is. Like PH is an elephant. I mean.
So it's like Swedish baby shrimp, white pepper, mayonnaise.
Oh, you didn't say it was Swedish baby shrimp.
Well, you have to watch her video because there's a whole thing
Right.
about how do you find the baby shrimp.
Yeah, and apparently IKEA has it. Who would know that?
IKEA carries shrimp.
Yeah, baby shrimp frozen. Yes.
And you ran into this how?
I read an article on it. Apparently that Martha Stewart put out that told everyone to go there to get the right shrimp. I didn't do that. I just used cod and capers.
IKEA carries food?
Who knew?
They have
you
a
know
food
this?
court. They have a
They
whole
carry
food
free-
court that's amazing.
They have a food court, but I never knew
Food
you
court,
carry
I
I
it.
love their
understand,
food
but
court.
She bought.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I only thought they only have things to build and to give you food, but not thing like selling food like in a freezer or anything.
Who knew?
So let me ask you: is it cheaper to buy from IKEA? I mean, the furniture is cheap because you build it, right? Is it cheaper the food?
Am
I don't know.
The cinnamon rolls is outrageous. Like they sell them.
Cinnamon. You have
love the
IKEA
cinnamon rolls.
rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like a whole new side.
They're amazing. But come on.
Did you
like,
know this?
They
Hey,
hiked
now,
up
want
the
to go to
price
this
on
day in
those.
history? We're going to take a commercial break.
I want to
And
go
when
to
we come
IKEA.
back, we're going to talk to branding you.
I want somebody to call IKEA. I
You,
can't believe
as
it.
in you.
I'm an IKEA and you're at the U again.
I'm always at the you. It's about branding you, me, you. How we brand how we step into our own brand, find our brand, stay with our brand, do our brands evolve? All of that, and now we're adding the digital space to it. So Amy, I can't wait. Amy goes, who's interviewing who? I don't know. We're just going to have this conversation and see where it goes.
I'm calling IKEA.
We got Marcella Scher joining us. We're going to send it over to Vinny. This day in history.
Hi everybody, I'm Vinny Alves, and today in history, I want to talk about the great and late Martin Luther King, who gave his famous I Have a Dream speech, presented to over 200,000 people at Washington. He gave out that everyone should be equal, no matter who they are. White, black, no matter, even the rich and poor were there. So all should be equality for everyone. And fun fact, he's the last person at Washington to give that speech. No one else over there gave a speech anything like him. And that's Today in History. I'm Vinny Alves, and back to you.
Amy Minty combines the hilarity of For Better or Money, the eroticism of For Love or Sanity, the mystique of For Sink or Swim, and the suspense of For Sex or Revenge, making her fifth novel, For Strip or Gamble, her best to date. Get your copy at amyminty.com or amazon.com. Get yours now.
Come true. Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or carmencarelaser.com.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Cafe TV channel on Apple TV. Contact us at 888-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with a click of a button. Together, we inspire creativity.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
You know, it's not fair. You know, Ron, you give him 2 more chapters, and I'm having a conversation with him in true to form. Freddie. Freddie. Nothing. I said, could you help me? He says, huh? What'd you say? With what? Literally, it's been about 30 seconds, and he is captivated. What did you guys just give him?
But this
What
is
chapters?
this is interesting that you say if you went
See?
if you're reading this book after and you never went to college, or you went to college and it's after, like in my position, and you're looking for work to make the most money. It's funny, when you don't graduate college, you always look for the most money job. You want to be president of the United States. You want to make $1 million a year, but you didn't finish college. So that's how, like, ironic twist. So you back into jobs. She's explaining in the book how you back in. You like to travel, get a job as a stewardess. It doesn't matter you don't make any money. At least you get to go all over the place.
You take the
Long
perks.
distance calls.
The perks. Take the perks.
You go for perks.
Perks.
So I'm sitting here, and I remember when I was at NYU, I took a job for perks.
I'm afraid to ask him what his
I don't want to tell you.
Me too.
from NYU
Correct,
down
yeah.
in the village. Yeah.
Me too.
You see, the village spoiled me. Because I thought, hey, listen, you're not supposed to be wearing a tie to go to work. The village shouldn't have a tie. So in these pages, I got to tell you, this is, again, I'm going to say it, funniest stuff I've ever read. And I read the other books, but this one is just off the cuff. It's just like a regular New Yorker. Okay, so where were we?
Well, if you
where
wonder
at?
what Freddie's reading, he is reading the next 2 chapters of Amy Minty's new book, the book of How to Do Nothing and Be Happy and Enjoy Life. But I have to tell you, Brenda finished for Stripper Gamble. And I saw her, did you see the post?
Yes,
On
yes.
Saturday.
Brenda's awesome.
She loved the book. She had some personal issues happen over the week and with family members, but she said, again tomorrow, she said she's starting on the next one. So she's going backwards. because she loves
Cool.
Pamela Castle. She loves everything. And that was a great review, right?
Very, very nice. Yes, wonderful.
Now we also talked about love. Somebody about love and money.
She's coming on in the 1 o'clock hour. She is a love relationship finance coach and talks about we do for single women, pretty much is her niche market, financial independence or love first when you're looking into a relationship.
In other
like
words,
what's more
money
important?
or love.
Pretty much.
The book title is called For Better Money. So, but I mean, obviously, better is like a play on love. So, yeah. But what do you choose?
For
do you
better.
go for the cash, or do you go for the stability and love? Technically,
Very tempting.
That's on a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
you know, love is a loose phrase. You know,
But now we have a man's perspective. It's a whole new chapter that I started called The Man Cave. And it talks
Okay.
about should men pick love or should men pick money? And the money aspect gets a little tricky because it's about do you want to meet a hottie that has cash or not a hottie that has cash? I mean, think about it.
what's the
It-
same? Maybe it might be the same thing.
Yeah, it's the
Sometimes
same
it is,
concept, yeah.
Sometimes it
Same
isn't.
concept.
That's fair.
But think about it because when guys say it, it's not the same thing as when women say it, right? When
you give
guys
her any
say it,
password,
it's kind of
please?
weird.
Thanks.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
Is it?
I think.
About what? For love, money?
Like if a poor guy wants to marry a rich, I almost
it's
said the
looked
wrong
on.
word.
It's looked on very differently, I think.
It is.
Yes.
I mean, then the guy says, I don't care that she makes a whole lot more money. I just want to be with her because I love her. I love
Oh, well,
her.
here's the next question. Are you a lot younger than the woman?
Doesn't matter.
Yes.
How much money she got? Ron, does it matter? How much money she got? She's worth millions.
Yeah.
Well, how old are you?
I could be 12.
I'm
She could
hoping
be
you're
90.
at least of 18,
Would
right?
would you marry a 90-year-old woman over money?
Hey, she got a rich personality.
If it's
though.
Betty White, that might be.
I marry Betty White tomorrow. She's
That
loaded
might
to
just
the
be
hilt.
a bit.
I got
It
no
might
problem
just
with
happen. It might just happen.
that. I have no problem with that.
It's a little bit
If
different.
it's Betty White, you know, she's very.
Slick Red Book won. Amy Minty's book won for
Yes.
Better or Money.
She should have waited. I felt like her main character should have waited. Because it happened all of a sudden right when she got the other dude, and I'm like, okay. You could have waited and you could have found something, someone that actually enticed you more than the guy that you chose because you seen all your friends getting married. She should have. But she didn't know. At the time, I could see where you're basing that character off of. At the time, what is it? People are put into that pressure with seeing their friends get married, especially me. I see like my friends get married, get babies, and it's kind of like me thinking as this dude, I'm like, okay, so it's time to go to the next step.
Well, you feel pressure? You wanna
Oh
get
no, I don't
married?
feel pressure. Not
You
as a
get-
dude.
you
I'm
gonna
like,
get
oh my
pregnant
god,
tomorrow and have a
I'm
child?
just surprised. I'm like, oh, another marriage. Ooh, another marriage.
And, yeah, oh,
But
another
like
divorce.
it got
Oh,
to her because it's
another-
kind of like, when is she gonna find hers?
Another one
But
bites the dust. Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, I feel sorry for you. Light a candle.
And
yeah. Well, it's also 20 years ago.
True.
So I think 20 years later now, I don't think 27-year-olds feel that way.
Yes, of course.
Because the world has changed. And
No, but
know.
I do see a lot of like people around. I'll say around my age, they get married or they get engaged, and not saying that's bad or anything. It's just like, wow, it's like, I mean, enjoy it. I don't know. I don't know what anything can happen in
We're
that
going to
situation.
talk about all of this. I think we have Marcella on the line. Marcella Scher, branding you.
I just don't want to say the wrong thing.
How you doing?
Get your foot out of your mouth. Okay.
Anything
You're
anything
doing
can
well. I'm
happen.
glad you got in. I'm glad you got the password. Sometimes your computer, people put these upgraded fancy cameras on their computers for branding purposes, and then the system defaults back to their computer camera, and it goes through this whole thing on settings, and everyone's got a different camera.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to reboot it, reset it, and we go.
It is a pleasure to meet you, image and branding consultant. So I got to ask, what are you wearing?
I have a pink dress on. Can you see?
Oh, that's beautiful. And the necklace, right? So and I just realized it's a dress. It's all the way down. If you had stood up and had like pajama pants on, it'd be kind of cool too.
That's nice.
It is a pleasure
I
to
don't
meet you.
promote that.
Tell us about what it's like for branding and image consultant. What do you do?
So I am in the business of transforming others so that they can align their inner essence with their outer presence to shine from the inside out. So they can figure out exactly what their brand is and attract what it is that they desire more of in their life.
What if you've got this amazing, vivacious personality, but you've got a really serious job? What if you're a banker, but you're like want to go out and party all the time?
Well, you want to think about your audience and what you're serving. And as a banker, wearing navy blue and being in that traditional classic is definitely suited for the job. But there's ways that you can express yourself with your accessories, with color, with your makeup, with your hairstyle. You can add that signature stuff. So then on the weekend, you can come out a little bit more and be yourself.
And now we're in this whole digital age, which is different. People see you in a box.
Yeah.
How do we brand that? Right, so it gets a little complicated. So for me, I'm lucky because nothing I wear ever makes sense. I sit in a studio filled of artwork, which goes with my clothes. But again, to me, red and orange and pink is always a neutral. And again, but no one questions it because if I'm doing it, it's like just who I am. But there are people who are in a square box, and right, so you've got about a 3x5 window, that much, to present your image, to present you in the way you want your audience to see you. And how do we do this from here to here?
Well, I think the most important thing, John, is that you have to understand the power of your presence and your image and what that personal brand really means. A lot of people take it for granted and think maybe it's a little bit of fluff or that it doesn't really matter, but it does. And in today's digital world, and especially with so many businesses going virtual and having to conduct meetings online, whether it's in Zoom or if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to get yourself out there on platforms like this or live, that you want to, in 7 seconds, people form 11 different opinions about you. And they've already made judgments that they know are going to question you, going to do business. So you've got those nanoseconds to be able to convey that in that little bit. So you want to be thinking about the power of that message and what you want to say about you rather than it speaking without you being intentional about it.
And people will pass judgment. And when you're in the media, and the more shows that we produce, the more we just got another phone call this morning, right? It's what you want your image to be, should be, what do they always say? It's not, it doesn't matter to me what you think of me. Isn't it something like that?
What you think of me is
it's none of my business. But suddenly in the media, now everyone's in the media, it becomes your business. So 11 opinions of you that people have, and it's just judgment. So we've got a perfect example. We've got our in-house author, Amy Minty. She's written 5, I want to say, and a half books. But Amy is a spectacular author of many, many books, but yet she does incredible dancing series, and 2 weeks ago she danced as a hot dog. See? And she cooks.
Great.
So how does that go hand in hand in a brand?
Well, you have to be authentic to who you are, because it doesn't really matter what any other people think necessarily. Once you branded yourself, you are who you are, and you want to convey that message of what you deliver or what you're all about. And so if dancing in a hot dog is part of your gig, well, that's who you are, right?
Sure. I mean, I switched it up though. I'm not just a hot dog.
Not just
So,
a hot dog.
Of course.
yeah, you know.
I mean, but you have a free spirit and you have a personality, and yet you can hold a conversation and write a book. I mean, this ins, this outs, this ups, this downs. I'm a firm believer. Carvel ice cream, when I was growing up, was the best ice cream in the world and was voted the worst ice cream ever made. But even until today, people still know about it. People still talk about it. And every time you do a Carvel ice cream story, something triggers. And isn't that a little bit about what marketing should do? It should trigger things that you like, keep you out of the box, maybe something. There's so much content right now on the market. How do you separate yourself from all of that?
Well, you want to pick your lane and your niche. You think about what your pillar things that you offer and your voice, and that's what you stick with. And the more that you differentiate yourself from everybody else, the more you're going to stand out. So you be you. That's the best thing. And my job as an image consultant is really to help people to find that signature style, to align their inner essence to their outer appearance, and then tap into those values so that you can show up authentically who you are.
I love that. Be who you are. So if you're not a person who wears a suit 9 to 5, or you don't want to show up in a suit, you know what? You don't have. I tried when I was younger to do that thing that moms do and look like all of the other moms at school and wear the clothes and the crop pants and those button-down shirts that are so great. They're so not me. And I buy them and I hang them in my closets. And my daughter came over the other day, and she's much more conservative. And she goes, "Mom, bet you didn't even know you had this shirt, did you?" I'm like, "Nope, never even." It's like this cute denim, really cute long sleeve denim with buttons. It looked great on Chelsea, and she's probably going to end up with it. But I tried that traditional route, but it just wasn't the essence of who I am. But I love that you're saying it's okay, just brand you, be you.
Exactly. Well, and your point of having something in your closet that doesn't align with who you are, what makes you feel good, then you're going to have a lot of stuff in that closet hanging there. So when I work with my clients, we really try to tap into what your signature style is, and then only pull things in that make you feel wonderful, confident, that really align with who you are.
So you think we should go through our closet, and when you're going on gigs, Amy, when you were doing your book signings in person, do you have those go-to outfits?
Well, no. I mean,
I love her.
No, I just kind of, I guess if I know the book signing is going to be in a couple of weeks, I might buy something for it. Yeah, I go to the store and I think, what would be most appropriate or what have you, but I don't have a go-to outfit.
That's interesting. You have a photo op, you take the book with you, you put on 400 different dresses, and you come out with something you like, and you have 400 pictures of different things.
Well, I just go to Bloomingdale's and look around. It's easier.
Well, so here's an idea, is rather than waiting for something and maybe at the last minute you're like so focused on the book signing and promoting it and doing your gifts, to share them, rather than worrying about what to wear, what if you have those 3 or 4 things already in your closet so you didn't even have to think about it, I think that's where a lot of clients get in trouble because they emergency shop or wait till the last minute, and then you go and you look and maybe spend too much money on something and it's not quite right, and then guess what? You hang in the closet for a while, or maybe you have 3 or 4 things, not sure what you're going to wear, and it comes with the tag. You can waste so much time and money when it comes to that.
Well, I'll be honest. I did purchase that hot dog costume prior to the video. I think I must have had that 3 or 4 days beforehand. So.
Well, you were prepared.
So that's pretty organized in my book. Yeah.
But you wear a lot of different things. You've come in.
I switch it up. I also am like Dawn. I do not care if things match. I do not care what it really looks like. I just feel like you say, feel good about yourself, brand yourself, be yourself. Mm-hmm. And Dawn and I have that in common.
It's kind of liberating, actually, when you get dressed and people say to you, "You really going to wear that out?"
Ron does that all the time.
If I were you, I would rethink it. And I look at it, I go, I rethink it. I like it. I'm going out like this. And I go. And I've become secure enough to do that. And my kids will say, but none of that matches. But you know the funny thing is I can show up here and no one says that to me. It's a beautiful thing. He's still got his finger in his ear going,
I'm trying to figure out why would anybody say it. Listen, I know people who wear a tie, a jacket, and they got their underwear on because they're virtual. You can't see below. I know lots of people that do it.
The digital space is totally different.
I know people who put on yellow shoes, red pants, and a green shirt. And I asked the guy, why are you dressed that way? He says, hey, they put it on the street light. I guess I can wear it too.
He has a colorful personality.
He want to be muy caliente, that the yellow, red, green.
I mean, but they put it on the street light, so he figures it's okay to wear it.
You know, it's funny, Marcel, when I started working with Freddie, he was always behind the camera. He was never on set. And as we grew and things evolved, the way things are, he had to be on set with me. And 2 years ago, a client came in with a hat. And from that moment on,
that was
Freddie
funny.
now wears a fedora. This is a new fedora because that one got a little dirty and every day they cleaned it. But now his brand, his signature has become this fedora.
Yes.
I know nobody, even my cardiologist didn't recognize me until I put the stupid hat on. I gotta go.
That's part of your style. It's awesome.
What style? I gotta go to the beach. I gotta wear a hat, and people know me. When I take it
Yes.
off, now I
That's
have
you.
different hats.
That's your
now
trademark.
Steve says, "Oh, they're writing in what hat they want me to wear." Are you serious?
You got a
Yes.
bunch of hats in the back.
I
you
got
could
a bunch of
try.
hats. I ain't doing all that. It's very complicated.
But do you work with men also on branding? Is there same type of image change?
Absolutely. My specialty is with women, but I have a few awesome men, including my husband, because he's part of my brand as well, right? But the same principles definitely apply. You know, you want to figure out what that signature style is. You want to think about what your fashion values are, which are the guiding principles. You want to know what your best colors are. There's, a series of things that I walk through with my clients to really determine what their goals are and what the direction is, who their audience is, what their key words are that they want others to get about them and their image. So it's pretty much the same process.
Oh, that's interesting. Amy, I'm going to ask you because you are a master with words. What are the key words that you want people to think about you when they see you?
Besides hot and sexy.
Okay, those are two good ones, yeah.
Okay.
Glamorous, Vinny says.
Okay.
Sophisticated. Yeah. I don't. Funny. Happy.
A worker at Blockbuster, or
Yeah. Like.
Funny,
Sure. That's in the
sophisticated,
book. Freddie's reference.
I never even thought about that. That's interesting.
Sure. Yeah.
What do you want people to think about you? You don't care. That's the amazing thing. Marcella, he doesn't care.
I don't.
He's like, whatever, he just does. And you either like him or you don't.
people have loved me and people have hated me. I remember when I was at the DNC, I got to interview with some of the bigwigs up there, and I've interviewed children and everything in between. It's come to a point, you're either going to like me or you're not going to like me, or you're going to learn to like me or you're going to learn not to like me. But I'm going to be very transparent. I'm going to tell you the truth. That I'm going to do. And the way I feel, I think that the country has moved towards a liberal end. It's a little bit more lax on what they do at certain levels. And then when you get to the major leagues, which everybody wants to be, because as this book is saying, you want to make money and be successful in life and have a legacy and have 2.3 children, the whole nine, I get it. And you have to be a little bit more conservative. You got to watch what you say. That's the part I have a problem with. Because sometimes I don't watch what I say. And I dress because things don't make any. You should see. Sometimes they'll tell me, you can't wear this because it doesn't go with that. And I says, okay, you noticed. That's why I did it. And I make up an excuse. But that's me. And that isn't him. That isn't her. And it's funny because there's no balance. She'll do her thing, and I sort of see it. And I do mine, which is the complete opposite, and away we go.
And it doesn't make any sense, and it works. That's kind of us.
Well, that's called niche marketing. When you say like either people like you or they don't, then you're showing up authentic to who you are. But there are a few things that you do want to keep in mind for sure. And it really depends on who your audience is, what your goals are, and your mission. So, for example, if you're a professional banker, you're going to invest more conservatively. You're dealing with people's money. Trust is the number one thing. So you've got to get the client past all that to get them as a client. So there's the little details that make a big difference. And that's true whether you're a professional like that. And we're talking polar opposite because you guys are amazing creatives here. So you have freedom to do all kinds of things and really express yourself. But you have scuffed shoes or chipped fingernail polish or you're always late. All those things non-verbally say a lot about your image and presence. So is that the lasting impression that you can leave, or think about those things? It's important.
Very interesting. There's a whole lot more to image and branding consulting than you realize. And now that we're in this is not even new, right? We've been in this for 6 months now. We're almost the end of 2020. Has your business changed?
Yes. So, well, I've been working with clients virtually all along, but a lot more now because I'm pretty much quarantined. And the shift has been this. I speak a lot, usually on stages and in person, but now we're doing this virtually, which is great. And thank you so much for the opportunity to share here with you all. But a lot of my clients are now having to conduct their business virtually. They're having to network online virtually. So showing up in a way that really is branded to them, that conveys an image, because people are scrolling through whatever platform it might be, and if you don't make that first impression, they might stop, right? So you want to make sure that your background really says a story about what you do, so that they can get it really quickly. You want to make sure you've got lighting. You guys know camera stuff, but a lot of people don't. And it's really difficult. If you go, here's a funny thing, if you guys go on YouTube and do Zoom bloopers, you'll be entertained for hours because there are all kinds. We talked to Vinny about guys with a suit and then the orange shorts or underwear. They've been caught on camera, I can guarantee you that. So my shift is definitely getting people camera ready and giving them the tools so that they can really show up confident on camera, because that's a new thing for a lot of people. They're just not used to looking at themselves, in their monitor.
It's totally different, and where to look, because you could see how it's evolved. Also, the newscasters were looking. When we first started doing this on our computers, you were looking down at your monitor. Now you realize the tricks. You got to raise it. You get another camera out in front of you, and the lighting. So the whole thing has totally changed, but yet it's all about image and branding.
Yeah, it's important. Well, here's another important thing I really want to get across. Because I've told a lot of people, I've done some Facebook Lives, I do Wardrobe Wednesday every Wednesday, and some people get so annoyed by showing up for these virtual meetings, and people are just not 100% present, or maybe they show up, hair in a ponytail and a makeup and a t-shirt for a professional meeting. Like, why would you dress like that for a virtual meeting? You would never do that in person. So I think there's etiquette that we are evolving through, and the important point I want to make here is that you never know, like especially if it's New York, and there are a lot of CEOs and the higher managers are now showing up on these virtual meetings, which maybe they didn't interact face-to-face with their employees that way. So it's really an opportunity for people to shine and to stand out amongst the crowd and get noticed.
Interesting. And you're local. You're in South Florida.
Yes, I'm in Jupiter. But I have clients all over the world. So that's the wonderful thing about this virtual platform.
It's kind of cool. We get some tips on what's in our closet. My closet, forget about it. I need an organizer to come in and take over and clean things. I've got hangers. My husband is very organized and OCD to a whole nother level. And me, I take a shirt off, the hanger pops up, and the hangers don't match, and they're empty hangers. And I was going to get organized. So I've got this closet rod to hang my clothes on until they fall off the end, and maybe every 2 weeks I put things away. This is true. I know, you're
the
horrified.
The hangers don't match.
No, your hangers match?
What the hell are you talking about?
Do all the hangers in your closet match?
Of course not. Who the hell has a closet that hangers match?
It's a thing.
Oh, jeez, Louise. You hearing this?
She does. It's a thing. I know.
It's a thing.
Ron, do your hangers match?
All your hangers match?
Ron's do.
Mine do not.
And Amy's don't.
Your hangers match?
Yeah.
What planet are you from, Mr.
You're surprised
Ron?
about that?
Yeah,
Look at
how
him.
are you even a question?
A hanger hangs. Your shirt.
No, it all
doesn't talk to
it
you.
all depends on the
Hello,
hanger.
Mr. Freddie.
It all
I'm blue
depen-
today. Go to the yellow hanger.
It all depends on the hanger though, because some hangers are non-slip. They hold up pants
Your hangers
correctly.
match?
All right, you know what? Somebody
Majority of my
let's
hangers
open the
match.
podcast.
I can't say all of
I
them.
am
Majority of
completely out
them
of
do
my
match
mind
because
here.
I don't want things slipping off the hanger.
Of
So
course you don't.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, my closet, you could run. It's like it's long. I got a bowling ball closet. It's about 20 feet long, and everything goes. But I don't have the pants on one side and the shirts on another.
Oh, you
Chuck
have
has
to.
his color coded.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I don't have color
Christ.
coded.
I would just like
Oh,
kill
yeah.
myself if I saw a closet.
Me,
like
I'm
that.
lucky if my shoes are important. My shoes get put away, but everything else, it's here, there, and
I think I
every
might
which
just
way.
color code it because like sometimes I do find hard things
too,
to
Slick,
wear.
huh?
Yeah, I
There
think I
you
might
go.
just color code it. Color
What?
code it.
No, no, not.
Let me ask you
color-coordinated.
guys this. How easy is it to go in your closet 3 minutes or less, able to dress with ease and walk out the first time and confident?
Oh no.
I can't
I
do
do it
that.
every
I'm so
day.
sorry.
I do it every day too. I don't care.
Can't do that.
And you me Slick.
Well,
I'm
having
telling
an
you.
organized closet will help you to be able to do that for sure. It just
um,
makes everything streamlined, organized, and it's much easier to get dressed.
Amazing. How do people find you for more information and to work with you?
So they can go to my website, which is my name. I don't know if we want to type it in the chat or
You guys, can we put up her
it's
lower third, please?
So I actually have some free tools on my website if you guys want to go check it out. There's actually an image and presence assessment. So if you kind of want to get a reading on where you are in the whole process, then you can certainly go on there and do that. I have some free downloads like 7 steps to upscale your image. So you're welcome to shoot me an email if there's any additional questions that you have or anything burning. Please feel free to connect with me. I'd be happy to answer anything.
And what is your website?
It's marcellashare.com.
Awesome.
You want me to type it?
We can put it in the link for sure. Everyone is
Okay,
complimenting
great.
Marcella. Amazing. I'm going to have them put it up on the post as well. Thank you so much, Marcella. It was a pleasure to meet you. More to come.
Thank you.
And she's not a king, she's a
Absolutely.
gator.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Be safe, be well.
Have a great weekend. Be safe. Pleasure to meet you.
Did you
Me
say she's
too,
not a
thank
king,
you.
she's a gator?
Yep. It's all about UF for
UF.
her.
I can't get over that closet thing. Ron, I see you in a whole different light now.
Okay.
Oh, that explains. What the hell does that mean?
That's zodiac sign.
Personality trait.
Virgos are
Zodiac.
neat?
I don't know, I guess.
And this is not a not neat thing. Because people I know, they put in their pantry all the cans labels out, which I think is something wrong with you
Yeah, I don't do that either.
when they do that. Okay, I seen it. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Ron, you don't put all your pantry cans labels out, do you? You do.
Probably he does.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a name for that.
Yeah, it's called nuts.
No, there's
Yeah.
a psychological name for that, and I've seen it.
Yeah.
I seen that, and also your toothbrushes have to be a certain way,
Oh yeah,
and your
true.
medicine cabinet
That's
has
why,
to
yeah,
be
you
a
should
certain.
have
Not
at
the
a certain
medicine
point,
cabinet,
back
no.
to my theory, separate bedrooms, separate bathrooms. There can be communal meeting grounds, but
I
this
should
way,
just have separate houses in different states.
that works too.
You know, the funny thing is, my sister always told me. She says, when you date a woman, this is a little advice for you guys. When you date a woman, and you say, "Listen, can I use the bathroom?" You go to the bathroom. Look at her medicine cabinet. It will tell you everything you need to know right there. If it's neat,
Interesting.
it's one thing. If it's a mess, it's another. And then you have to decide whether you want to.
Or you just have separate bathrooms. It's very simple.
Do you know how hard
Yeah,
it is
true.
to
Separate
to
vanities,
date
separate-
a neat freak? Me? A neat freak?
Yeah, I
With the juices of the steak down the arm?
You just see my skirt from that hamburger we had yesterday.
Well, but think about it. You're with a woman who eats pizza with a knife and a fork.
I
I
know.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna go to commercial break when we
Yeah.
come
She knows
back.
what I'm talking about because she has to see that.
We've got Ask Dear Abby on the line.
Oh,
We're going to talk about for better or money.
Well, this
We're
is
gonna
gonna be
talk
fun.
about for love or finances, and of course, Amy, you have so many books that we can tie you into every segment, which is really
this
cool.
is
I love
you're
this.
gonna like this. Remember Dear Abby? Yeah. This is a whole bunch of fun coming.
All right, stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
Hello out there, you beautiful people. This is me, Hector the Animator. Animator, visual effects artist, animator, and soon-to-be and world-renowned recording artist. But among my many medley of skills, one of my many passions is cooking. And I am so confident in my cooking skills that I believe I can teach you how to make whatever your little hearts desire. From cookies, to cakes, to breads, to, well, whatever this is. And I believe that I can show you that not only can these recipes are not as difficult as they look, but with a little time, a little practice, and a whole lot of patience, that you too can make these delicious treats at your own home. Homemade with the Animator. Every Saturday at 9:30 a.m. on the Kids Television Network. Come on, kids, do try this at home.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
Mark Dane's paintings are custom designed specifically for your space. Each design will not only illuminate your space, but will also function as a truly unique light painting. Each piece is handcrafted using various dichroic glass shapes mounted at precise angles on a metal or wood panel. A specific integrated light source strikes the glass shapes to produce a combination of highly saturated colors. The light paintings can be customized to any shape, practically any size, and in any color combination. They can be configured to produce in excess of 5,000 lumens and may be placed on a table, a pedestal, in a niche, or hang on the wall. Come to the gallery at the theater and talk to Mark about placing a piece of his art in your home.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I need a drink.
All right, well, let's bring the guests out real quick.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. That was a great segment. You can contact Marcella Scherer. You can find her website on the link below on the show. Contact her for individual image consulting and branding. We've got Amy Minty joining us, and we've got Dear Abby on the line.
Before you get Abby, I just want to tell you, you have deeply depressed me.
Why?
Because now I'm a slouch.
Why are you a slouch?
Because all of this stuff, you got to look good, and I don't do
I got to tell you, you know how you and I work together? This is perfectly our home because we don't have matching hangers. We've got stuff everywhere. Our mugs don't match. Our artwork is We are just two creatives is what we are. Can you imagine we actually ever lived together?
I'm going to go to Walmart and get the same hanger. All my hangers are going to talk to one another.
I tried that.
I would shoot myself
if I did that.
did
And then the cleaners just mess it up because you take your stuff from the cleaners and then the hangers don't match. And then you're just on a whole nother level.
And I'm going to tell you another little secret. I was a mortgage banker, and I wrote more business when I took off my tie than when I had it on. And it was funny because they didn't trust me when I had it on because I was trying too hard. And I said one day, you know what? I took it off. I said, this is me. You want me to get you a house and lend you money? This is me. This is the real me. And I took off 17 years later.
That's how we do it. So let's bring over Abby. Aster Abby is joining us. How you doing, Abby?
Hi, Dawn. I'm well.
Abby, meet Amy Minty, and we were talking yesterday about what you do, and then Amy's got her first book. Amy says, why my first book? It's just a kind of cool segue that we get to do. Tell everyone
sure.
about you and what type of life coach you are.
I'm Abby Awotasu. I am a life coach that focuses on empowering single women to unapologetically own their identities and grow in self-love. So we're all about making sure that as women, as single women, we love ourselves, we own who we are comfortable being who we are and living our authentic lives. And by doing that, you actually attract into your life the love that you truly desire and want.
I like that. See? And that's who she is. That's who you are, Amy.
Thanks, Freddie.
I mean, think about it. Now, the segment I like
Amy or
about
Abby?
this is Dear Abby. What?
Amy or Abby?
Amy or Abby what?
Did you bring that comment to Amy or Abby?
I said it to Amy.
Okay.
That she is her authentic self. Now, what I like about Dear Abby, in New York City, to set this thing up, and Amy, you were there, in the New York Daily News, we used to have Dear Abby. And you could ask Dear Abby anything. And you can ask Dear Abby about relationships. You can ask him about how to write a check, how to get in and out of, if I have a boyfriend on Monday and a different boyfriend on Tuesday, how's it going to work out on Wednesday? I mean, there was all sorts of stuff.
Really?
And everybody.
Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
You weren't even
born.
Okay,
You were not
sorry.
even a thought yet.
I'm sorry, guys.
But Amy, I mean, you backed me up on this. We
Yeah.
used to go through the newspaper, and there was
We'd look forward.
17,000 Dear Abbeys.
Mhm.
It later came out in the news.
Yeah, we'd look forward to the column. I would
Exactly.
anyway, absolutely. And yeah, it's very. I think that was the motivation for Carrie Bradshaw and the whole Sex in the City
Oh,
came
that's
later.
interesting.
That came off of Dear Abby.
It did, and
Did
then
you
it
know that?
turned
Takeaway.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
and it turned
Yeah.
into Ann Landers afterwards. Remember, because Dear Abby was taking it to the courts.
Yeah, she was sued or something, right?
She was sued, yes,
Yeah, it
because
was-
she was. It
remember
wasn't
that,
really her,
Ron?
and she was signing things off as being a Dear Abby that didn't exist. But what I like
Yeah.
about Dear Abby here, I didn't get to meet you the first time that we did the segment, that you guys did the segment, so I missed that. And I would love to bring back that kind of. Do you remember the midnight shows that came off of Dear Abby? Like the lady in Seattle, and she had a show for many years.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with that, but yeah, I remember it
All
happening.
of these love
Uh-huh.
shows came out.
Wow.
It's like Dear Abby had the solution to
Everything.
Everything.
Dating, even laundry mistakes. How to even get a stain out of your clothes? You could ask her anything.
Anything. So I wanted to ask you, are you that type of personality we can ask you everything?
Yes, I am. I am an open book. I believe that part of having a brand is being authentic and being yourself. And there's nothing you can't ask me. I'm an open book.
Interesting.
What do you want to ask her? Okay, I'm going to ask you. For love
Go ahead.
or money? First time around.
Whoa.
Because it's different. By the second
Oh,
time,
no,
you
I
no,
like
got
that
it right.
answer.
Hold
Yes,
it, hold
yes,
it,
I like that
Exactly.
answer. All of the
Hold it.
above. All of the
Hold it.
above.
Did you hear how she loaded this question?
It's
First
different.
time around.
First time.
I see. All right, let's ask for the
Okay.
first time around.
Okay, for the first time around, I would say love. I would say love.
Second time around?
Second time around, I would, well, you know what? I would say money. But the thing is, love is the foundation. And then you can build on that foundation to find financial freedom and independence. So, yeah, I don't know if it's one or the other. You can have both. It just depends on the approach you choose to take.
What do you think?
What about the seventh time around? And this time, the guy got money.
The guy can't have money because now he's paid 6 wives alimony and child support.
That's
so
why-
there's no more money left.
That's why lucky 7.
There's nothing left. But heck, I can't believe I just said the guy gave it all. What if the woman, we had this conversation this morning, or actually just now, what if the woman is incredibly successful?
But that's what we're looking for.
Right.
Um,
Her 3-year-old's crying.
Sorry,
Let's just say hi to your daughter.
my-
Say hello.
Yeah, she
There you
Tim,
go.
Tim, say hi. Say hi. Okay, she's gonna go now. Okay, sorry, I was slightly distracted. Okay, so what was the second question, please?
What if the woman is incredibly successful, right? That is the goal of who you work with, are mostly single women.
Yes.
And stepping into financial security.
Okay, so if she's financially successful, then what's the question exactly?
A guy comes forward, and she's got the money. Is she going to marry for love, you think?
Yes, she should. It should always be for love. It should always be for love.
Can money buy you love?
No, it cannot.
That's a song.
No.
Wasn't that the Beatles?
But I bet you love can buy you money.
Yes, it can. Love can buy you money, but money cannot buy you love. Yes,
You
very
see how
correct.
this works?
No, I'm confused.
This is why it's a woman's world, man. I'm gonna tell
Amy,
you.
does that make sense to you? I'm a little confused. I lost Freddie on.
Do you remember Moulin Rouge and where they talked about love being a many splendored thing? All you need is love. All you need is love.
Oh, and you sing
Love
too.
is just a game.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
It always works for a woman because the game has changed. You know, I used to believe that it wasn't a woman's world and all this. It ain't true. You know, men think they run a house. They run around a house. The woman runs the house. You ever notice how a killer's afraid of his mother? That's a woman, ain't it?
Because mom says take out the garbage, and you still got to listen to mom. You still got to take out the garbage.
Wife tells you enough of that, and you having enough of that. It's only until there's no more love or money that all of a sudden the guy says, hey, wait a minute, I'm going to stand up. Truth, I'm going to tell you, it's just the truth.
That's what happens.
That's interesting.
Now, I wanted to ask a question. Suppose you have a book, and you read this book, and a woman empowerment book, and she goes in, and she comes out a whole different woman. And they've been married 12 years, and here is a whole different perspective about her net worth. She's changed. She says, you know something? I'm a person, people. I'm a real deal. I have some skills. I got some talents. I want to shine. And after reading this book, they come out and they say, I think I want to change. Advice on how to deliver the message, I want to change.
Well, there's nothing wrong with change because change is inevitable. And technically, we all are changing and evolving on a constant basis. You know, it's just that some of us change more dramatically than others. But I would say that if a woman has an epiphany after reading a book on female empowerment and owning who she is and stepping into her power, the best thing for her to do is to carry her partner along, you know, and to also make him feel empowered in that relationship, in that partnership, so that it's not an imbalanced situation where, okay, the woman is rising and the man is kind of like stagnant or feeling left out or feeling like, who is this new Wonder Woman and Amazon that I'm married to? You know, as long as you carry him along, there shouldn't be a problem with that because we all are looking for advancement and growth and progression in our lives anyway.
And in your book, Amy, for Better or Money, there's a triangle, as Slick says.
Yeah, like a love triangle.
Entanglement triangle.
An entanglement triangle.
Yes.
Okay. And she chooses, we don't want to tell the ending, but she's got choices.
She has choices throughout the book, yes.
And you'll be interested to read the book, Abby, and see what her choice was at the end.
Very interesting. I did skim the book and I had an idea of the plot line. Pamela, she's an interesting character, the protagonist. She is. And she has choices like we all do in life. And, you know, it will be great to know what the final verdict was for her life and her choice.
Wait till you read this bad boy. This is the new one.
Abby, what's one of the top questions your clients ask you, women ask you?
One of the top questions they ask me is, that's a very good question. They ask me, how do I find love when I seem to be doing everything right, but it just seems like the man is not coming, he's not forthcoming. He's not forthright, you know. A lot of my clients, they date. They obviously are in the dating sphere, and they just find it very difficult finding a partner that is emotionally available. You know, a lot of times the men that they date are emotionally distant, you know, and they kind of like play around and they give them subtexts and they're not very direct or forthright or authentic with the journey of dating. So that's one of the main questions I get a lot.
And then men say, but I can't read your mind. But somehow we seem to think that you can.
I don't think we can. No.
You know, don't we?
We can't.
Do we think, Amy, if we think this and we've said it a few times, they're going to get it by the third time we do this?
I don't think that, no.
You don't? I do. I think if I've said something a couple times and the outcome has been one way, by the next time I do it, you should know what the outcome's going
But
to be.
maybe we don't understand the question.
Like if you have the same conversation with me over and over again and I
No,
don't
no,
like
no,
the
no, no.
conversation,
You're
I'm
having-
not going to like the conversation.
You're having the conversation over and over
But-
again.
but
I
Don-
still don't understand what the hell you're talking about.
But you're giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you. And we, you know, we're
Because
good doubters.
trust me, I've told Ron some things over and over and over again, and it doesn't make any difference.
Conversations.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, that is man 101. That's the first class that we learn.
Yeah,
is
I
that if
accept
we pay
that.
too much
Mhm.
attention, then we suffer the consequences. We sort of have to say what? I'm sorry, what? Did you say something? I don't understand what you're saying. Is that English? That's a good one. And we do that because at the end of the day, if we're going to pay attention to everything you say, we're going to be in a lot of trouble.
And if you want to meet Prince Charming, you tell us, Abby, gain your
Well,
financial
no.
independence first.
No, you don't have to get your financial independence first. It's a journey. You can find love first and you can find money afterwards, or you can find money first and get love afterwards, or you can do both simultaneously. But I would say in response to the conversation about men feeling like, you know, they don't communicate, they don't get a very clear communication from their partners, their female partners. I would say that with us women, sometimes we need to be a bit more sympathetic to our male partners in the sense that we might need to communicate. We
You got a
need
bell.
to communicate. Thank you, Fred. We need to communicate clearer, consistently. And another thing that a lot of us women do, and I'm not generalizing, but I'm just saying this. Sometimes a lot of us women nag. We nag our partners, and that never goes well. It just never goes well. You know, so I would encourage women that when you want to communicate with your partner, number one, be clear with your communication. Number two, be persistent with your communication, but do not nag. And number three, encourage your partner. Encourage him. The things that he does right, verbally express them to him, that you're happy that he helps take out the dishes from the dishwasher. You appreciate how sensitive he is to your needs. You appreciate how he loves
this
you and
woman?
cares for you in the bedroom and whatnot. You know, learn to be expressive with your praise and your admiration and your appreciation of your partner. And that will just make him, it will make him soar and want to please you even more and more.
Oh my God, are you married?
Yes, I am.
See that baby? She's beautiful.
Who is this woman? You know something? I want to put you on top of the Empire State Building because relationships.
please do.
will be-
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I mean, relationships will be a whole lot better with that kind of understanding. And you know something, that when you do everything you just said, a guy is gonna come and say, you know what, honey, don't worry about it. I appreciate everything you just said, but don't worry about it. I know you love me, and you move on. She's 100% right. You say the same conversation 100 times over and over again, it turns into nagging.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, how far can you stretch a rubber band before it breaks?
Ask, try.
And in here, I gotta tell you, you got a bunch of guys in here, and they haven't said a word. All they're doing is they're going like this.
Just taking notes. That's it. That's just taking notes.
Wow.
Just taking notes.
Taking
Abby,
notes.
how do people find you for more information?
Yes, go to askdearabby.com, my website. Abby is spelled ABI, very simple, askdearabby.com. Or you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. My handle is @AskDearAbby on all three platforms.
You're awesome. Abby, thank you so much. More to come.
Well, absolutely.
Thank you
Ask
so
Dear
much.
Abby.
We'll do it. Ask Dear Abby segment. Kind of cool.
We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're opening the bar for Friday. We've got Casamia in the house. Have you chosen a song yet? Yeah. Do you have the music loaded? No. Oh,
We'll take care of that.
We're
during
going
the
to
break.
take care of that. We've got National Red Wine Day. We've got Mia Sangria. We've got Gubba Rum. We've got some music. And we've got Amy Minty joining us. And it is all about love today because at 3 o'clock, we've got the Florida Love Show on their new specific page, the Florida Love Show page. We've got editor's desk. We've got a lot going on today still. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or CarmenCareLaser.com.
Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Cafe TV channel on Apple TV. Contact us at 888-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with a click of a button. Together, we inspire creativity.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power. A platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions. A voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Here at Small Talk, we look for any challenge possible, whether you have pictures that you need a slideshow with some cool music, or you're good with camera work, but you want to create the film of your dreams. I can help. No amount of footage is too big or small. Tell me what you want, and I will make it happen. Call today at 866-224-5422, or email me at smalltalktv2020@gmail.com. Remember, any idea you come up with is never too small. Call today to get your dream project started at 866-224-5422 or at smalltalktv2020@gmail.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Hi. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, everyone. It is National Red Wine Day here at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. So I'm going to be making my normal specialty drink, Mia's Sangria, which happens to be my favorite drink ever. So I don't know. I'm going to just go for it.
Did you know there was a National Red Wine Day?
No, I actually didn't know that.
Amy, do you like red wine or white
yeah.
wine?
I like both.
Freddie, I know his answer.
Why I like red? But why
Yeah,
is
you
it?
do? You always just say if it's wet.
I do, but I like red.
Oh, okay.
Red wet. Why is it red wine, not just wine, for National Wine Day.
So you can now have 2 National Wine Days. You can have National Red
No,
and
then
National
you have
White.
to have 3 because isn't there a
Oh, there's
rosé?
rosé.
Yeah.
There's
Champagne.
Moscato. There's champagne. Oh, we should check it all.
Moscato.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know about Moscato?
There's
Moscato's
Prosecco,
nice.
There's all kinds of wine.
Prosecco's a wine? I thought Prosecco was champagne.
It is, but it's Prosecco.
Like I said,
It's a sparkling wine.
It's Prosecco. It's considered
Abby,
a
Dear
what do I do
Abby,
when my partner makes
once
me crazy?
again, she makes me nuts because she don't speak it the regular English.
All right, Mia, so what are we putting in this sangria? Easy, right?
So for this one, yeah, it is pretty easy. I do raspberries and blackberries with a little bit of agave. Then I'm gonna do Merlot, triple sec, and like a splash of club soda. So it's pretty simple. I don't like to make the sangria too sweet because it's already pretty sweet just from the Merlot.
So we're gonna mix this up and see. So any kind of red you can use.
Any red, I like to do Merlot usually. I don't know why. I just think it's not as bold, so it just tastes better with this. Keeps it nice and like fruity.
You know, I don't have this whole sophisticated wine palette. Do you?
Yeah, I do.
So you know what you like, what kinds of wine,
Mm-hmm.
certain brands.
Yeah.
Do you have like the certain brands of wine with your steak and your chicken and stuff like that? Do you guys?
Yeah. I mean,
Specific?
absolutely.
No.
And
Yeah.
does Ron order the wine or do you?
I don't know. I think I probably know a little bit more about wine just because of my background of tending bar for so long and
that's right.
working in nice restaurants. I just know a lot. And I actually was a wine buyer for one restaurant.
Wow, then you know a lot about
Wow.
So yeah, and that was that. You might know that place. That I don't know if that was around when you were in New York, but it's called Vino in Murray Hill.
Of
but
course.
yeah, so I was a buyer. I opened that with Mike, the owner.
You kidding me?
No, and
Yeah,
yeah,
you
so
know a lot about wine.
I do.
Vino is fantastic, by the way.
Ron, I've taught Ron quite a bit though. We actually got married there at
You're
Vino.
kidding me? You went to Vino to get married?
Yeah, we got married in New York
Were you
City.
drunk?
At that.
No, I'm only kidding. You're not dancing.
So yeah.
Only
Very
kidding.
cool.
Don't be so.
Wow.
Only Vinny got that. You didn't even hear that.
I
that
heard
time.
it. I'm pretending I didn't hear that.
Me
I'm
too.
Pretending I had a lot of wax in my ear and I
He
did
just
not
goes
hear
hard
that,
left
as a matter
sometimes.
Of fact. How did you become a wine buyer?
I just knew a lot of. I had worked as a, I guess, a liquor manager, and so it just came along with the job, like a distributor.
What's your favorite kind?
What is my favorite
Red?
kind of wine? No, I mean I like red
What's your
wine
split?
mainly like in Vermont by a fireplace. I'm not in Florida. I drink more white.
Really?
Yeah, I drank Sauvignon Blanc only for years, New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, and now I'm kind of getting sick of that. But so more to the Chardonnay now, I guess.
I think I get less of a. I know I've always got a thing. I get less of a headache with red than with white, which I think is normally the opposite because of the sulfites.
Sulfites. Yeah, I don't know. Neither of them give me headaches, so I've been lucky.
You know so much about so many things, like wine and books and bar. I mean, really, she's like this Renaissance woman, and it comes out in this new book that she's working on.
And it's funny because sulfates give you a big headache. Can you tell Vinny to go to Splits, please? And sulfates are the worst thing in the world because a wine hangover. There is nothing worse in the world than a wine hangover.
Oh, I would. beg to
Tequila
differ.
can be pretty bad too.
Tequila's not a hangover, that's a kill. But a wine hangover makes it so that when you get up, your eyes are smaller than your head, you can't see out of them, you have this ringing in your ears. Those are sulfates, I'm assuming, yes?
It depends how much wine you're drinking.
A lot.
The headache side of it. And I think we've got Steve Gubbs going to join us also today. But tell me about the next 2 chapters in this book.
This thing is hilarious. It is funny. I didn't know that you were an extra on the movie and they made you run through the rain 150 times.
Yeah.
That was the worst situation
What
ever.
movie?
It was actually a television show that they
Ed.
were doing called Ed many years ago. It didn't last very long. It was like 1 season.
And they made you run through the set, through the rain, and then you ran into a Dunkin' Donuts because you needed something to eat.
Yes. And I got reprimanded. But the beauty of that is I knew that I would still get paid because they couldn't bus me back from New Jersey or wherever it was.
And did you really actually work at a Blockbuster?
My friends did. I didn't actually work there. But I spent enough time in there
You want
goofing
one?
off with them. Yeah.
I was.
It was very social.
I'm reading how you can. She says you can actually get fired from a blockbuster.
You can, yes.
Can you imagine how the hell do you get fired from
Imagine
a blockbuster?
what you have to do.
My friend got fired because he threw a party.
Oh, well, that would be
In
a
the
thing.
blockbuster.
Yeah, and I was there and watched him get fired. So.
Would you like a sangria?
Sure.
All right, Mia, we've got to give one to our hostess over here. This is nice, huh?
That tastes like grape juice.
Ever have grain alcohol?
Yeah, when I ate my steak, the cow ate the grain, I ate him.
I tell you, the first time I went to University of Florida, I was in high school.
Oh, wait a minute. Mia, what
And they
is
made
this?
a drink that was like this Kool-Aid, and it tasted like juice, and no one prepared me that there was more in this juice. It was grain alcohol. But it reminds me of this. It just tastes like
This
punch.
has pulp in it.
It has pulp. There's fruit in it.
But is there rum in there? Oh, there should be. Could put rum in there.
You want to put a floater of rum on yours?
Sure. Yeah. Because this way I can tell Gub when he comes on that I'm
Mr.
enjoying
Baptist.
Brought
his
to you by
Gubba
Gubba
rum.
Rum. Vinny, when
Yes.
Steve Gubbs comes on, let's put him up in a quad.
Give this back to Mr. Baptist.
Oh, you want a floater of rum on it? No, he wants a floater on it, like
I
Amy.
want you to put something on there.
Gold.
Just give it to me.
Not the
Mia, put
vanilla
my
one,
stuff
girl,
in
if you
there,
have the
please.
gold.
You want the vanilla one, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not the coconut.
Yeah, I was thinking that
Yeah.
would really work.
You know what you're going to put in there, right?
A dash of gold.
Knows. She knows.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, that tastes like grape soda, grape juice.
Yes.
Well, I was putting brandy in it before, but I ran out of the brandy. The brandy kind of makes it, kicks it up. And
I was about to say, never run out of brandy.
And this is part of our whole production program here is we should get like a real bar, right? Well, Amy, I have to tell you, I was watching your cooking episode.
Yes.
And I love watching you. I love your videos. You get better and better because you make me laugh. And I don't often laugh because Freddie will tell you I work pretty much 24/7. But
I laugh all the time.
you laugh at me working 24/7.
No, I laugh at what Amy does.
But
It's
by
hilarious.
Sunday nights when I watch you and during the week, your clothes, your delivery, your kitchen, we get to watch you walk from one end of the kitchen to the other. You even had Ron cleaning the crumbs off the table.
Yeah.
But your cooking episode, the black pepper versus, you ever heard of white pepper?
Yes, it's the opposite of black pepper.
Right, that's all I knew.
A sprigadille. I mean, your delivery on it, do you plan this or this is just you?
I don't plan anything.
We gotta go.
You can ask Ron. I'm like, Ron, go in the office. You make me nervous. Get out of here. And then I just do my own thing.
And your haunted house, that's not a haunted house, but the haunted things around town.
Yes. I don't plan anything. I mean, I plan going there and showing everybody what is haunted to us, Freddie. You know, is maybe not haunted to someone else, but
A New Yorker to me is always a haunting.
well, any power plant is a haunting to me.
A power plant?
Mm-hmm.
But she's so funny. I mean, Ron, I know I ask you all the time what it's like to live with Amy, but you are hilarious. And I watch these, and the comments that people put on, you make everybody laugh and have fun and enjoy life with you. And that is a gift. That is a gift unto itself. Have you always been like that? Just having fun?
Pretty much. But that's why Freddie's enjoying that book probably, because it's like it basically elaborates on having fun. Like I write about walking down the streets in New York holding a beer in a brown paper bag and, you know, cops coming up to me and me being like, "Oh, I didn't know I couldn't do this." You know, whatever. Things like that.
But you do this and you do it on air, which is two totally different things. You're doing it and walking around Manhattan with a beer in a paper bag. It's different than opening up your life. Hey, Steve, opening up your life to the masses. Your house, your pool, your costumes. I mean, all of it. Your cooking.
Yeah, luckily Ron doesn't mind that, so I'm lucky there. You know.
What's coming up for this week?
Oh, well,
Oh,
we
it's
always
gotta
do
be a
this.
good one, I can see.
Yeah, well, we do this Sunday video in the afternoon to kind of explain, but Sunday evening, I don't know how to say it without giving anything away. We're going to do a different style song, put it that way.
She will be in costume.
I will be in costume for this one, which was purchased beforehand, not the day before, an hour before. Yeah, so I'm excited.
Has writing the material and the way people have approached you, has it changed your perspective of what you thought out was going to happen. Are you the same person today that you were back then after you've written the material? Because it's funny, it looks like you're changing as the chapters are changing, either your personality or how you're delivering it. Do you feel you've changed?
No, that's the funny part. Like, I feel like I really am still like young. Not young at heart, because I hate that expression. It's stupid. But like for that book, I feel like when I read parts of it over again and I work on it, I smile because I'm like, I would be like that now, you know, if it weren't going to get me in trouble, like a lot of trouble. So one of those chapters is called Trying Not to Get Arrested.
Hollywood can't that?
Yeah, that's chapter 8. That's actually the one after 7.
This one. But it's interesting because there's so many different parts of your life. And when you're in New York and you're always telling me how many jobs you had and everything else, you should read some of it. And when you read this, you're going to see she's no different than what we went through typically in the day, except she's actually writing about it. That's the only difference. But she's talking about the different things that we went through, the different places, blockbusters, and being on movie sets. I told you I was on Kramer versus Kramer.
I love that
And
movie.
they made me walk up and down the street like an idiot for like 3 hours.
But it's things that I guess. But you remember
Kramer
growing
versus
up.
Kramer, is that what you just said?
Yeah, remember?
I remember that, of course. Yeah.
They filmed it at NYU. I was
Yeah.
an extra.
Mm-hmm. That's so funny.
That's so funny. Steve, how you doing?
Good morning.
Where the hell did you come
He's been
from?
there for a while, but you're having this deep conversation with Amy.
I called up this morning about 10 a.m. I've been on hold for 3.5 hours now.
It's the magic of the GABA.
It really is true. I feel like there's a song from the 50s called The Green Door. I feel like I'm looking in on a speakeasy because Mia's making the sangrias, and I don't know the password. I can't get in.
Well, here's the special to the sangria because today is National Red Wine Day. Freddie has
Yes, I
a
know.
little extra little dash of the Gubba Gold on his
God bless
sangria.
Thank you, Freddie.
I do too.
And Amy does
I do
too.
too.
It was actually Amy's idea. I have to give credit where credit was due. It was all for Amy.
I heard that. Thank you, Amy.
Very welcome.
And she said
Love the gold. Love the gold.
Now I want
Thank you.
I wanted Steve. I wanted to bring you up to speed because we are actually entering phase 2, starting next week. And
Do you go 4, 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3, 4?
I have no idea.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know what the hell.
Okay,
I thought we were phase 3, and now we're over there phase 2. But anyway, the important thing is, even Miami now, they're going to open the restaurants outside 100%, inside 50%. So
that's very good news.
It
That's
is.
really very good news. I just read a tweet from a friend of mine in Las Vegas, and she told me in the tweet, or she didn't tell me, she was tweeting out that at the MGM Grand, they have not just furloughed their workers, but they're terminating them.
Wow.
Bad, very bad in Las Vegas.
That's right. Until things begin to move. But I heard also they're going to end up calling a lot of people back once the economy starts
hope
again.
so.
So, in honor of that, because we had no summer. I mean, the summer we had was quarantined and trying to stay out of harm's way in the whole 9 yards. But when this thing settles down and we get a little better, I want to do the Gubba Rum Beach Party.
When we do the Gubba Rum Beach Party, I am all in on the party.
But I want you here, the party. But I want you down here.
Freddie, I am chomping at the bit to get on the airplane, to get on JetBlue and go flying down there to get started again. It's crazy.
And what we're going to do is we're going to start the party, and we're going to go all day until they throw us out, or maybe we get a permit, or whatever the hell we do. And on there, I'm going to have Amy and different hosts come and sort of talk about what they do. There's going to be some music. I talked to Steve-O and things of that nature. And we're actually going to celebrate the lost summer of
Oh, that's cool.
2020. Because I'm
I
going to
love
tell
it.
you something. This has been a bad year. 2020 has everything in it that, and God help me, I don't even want to say everything in it, but it's been pretty lousy. And I want to get the lost summer back. So it may be in November, it may be in December. It never gets cold down here anyway.
True that.
You could go to the beach in December and it'll be a little chilly in the water. Don't go in the water, but you can still do something on the beach.
Ever had Gubba rum hot, like a hot toddy with rum?
That's one of our favorite recipes. Hot hot rum toddies, hot buttered rum. Those are great holiday drinks.
Ever had done that, Amy?
Do I do? I don't
Ever
like
made
anything hot.
buttered rum?
I'm not a big hot person. I only have tea when I'm sick.
I have
coffee that's cold in the morning.
Cold
So
coffee and tea
yeah.
when she's sick.
I had hard Uncle Mike's tea when I'm sick.
Uncle Mike's tea.
Hard tea.
Hard tea.
Yeah, it's tea
Uncle
with
Mike.
a little rum
I
in
don't
it.
know it.
Little rum.
Is it
more rum?
in the
And the tea goes down and the rum goes up.
A hot rum toddy, a butter rum toddy. Ever had that?
Yes,
I've never had.
it's the best.
We got to try when it's
and
cold out.
we should put a warning label on the bottom. When you heat up rum and you drink it, shoo.
Really?
Yes, do
We'll
not
send you-
try
I've never
that.
had it.
We'll send you the recipe right after the show.
Yeah, it's good. It's
It
good
sounds
stuff.
amazing. So things are opening up in Boston?
Boston's doing pretty well. Our governor is sort of a New York style, blue state style governor. He's really. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to say he's being very careful about what he's doing and how he's doing it. He's very controlling. So things are slowly opening up. That means they're still getting back to inside dining, which is a problem because up here it doesn't stay quite so warm as it does down in Florida. So we're getting there. The great news for me has been that I have this client that I started working with in central Massachusetts 2 weeks ago. They've ordered 10 cases of rum in 2 weeks. I love this guy.
Nice.
It's called One-Eyed Jack's Tiki Bar in Worcester, Massachusetts, Amy Minty.
Very nice. Very nice.
Amy, you
I
used
know
to be
that
on the
One-Eyed
Great
Jack's.
guys. Yeah, they're
Very
great
cool.
guys.
Oh, you were there?
I
have
know
been
of
there a
it because
couple
I
of
could
times.
still go back to Worcester. So
Oh, you do?
yeah. I still have family in Worcester.
Isn't there like a Worcester sauce or something like that?
Worcestershire.
Yeah.
Worcestershire,
Everything comes
Worcestershire.
back to Worcestershire. Everything revolves around Worcester, Massachusetts. It's
Do
amazing.
they make
Pretty much.
Do they make that there, Worcestershire sauce?
I don't think
Slick,
they make it there.
Worcestershire sauce?
They don't make it
Everything
there.
okay, Slick? Yeah, everything's okay. You're very busy on your phone.
What is it?
He's trying to find his way out of that corner. Don't make me laugh. That's hilarious. Now, I'm going to tell you what would be a nice thing is I'm going to have another nice rum thermos drink, right? And we're supposed to be getting some bad weather in the afternoon because we're
Today?
getting the western winds again.
When?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a nice thermos, get to the beach early, like 11 o'clock-ish. And I'm going to take a book. I'm going to take a book. I'm going to take my gubba. I'm going to take my chair and stay out there till about 2:30 because I got to come in at studio about 3:30. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to tell you, there is nothing better than reading Amy's book with a nice glass of your gubba hubba right there. And the words seem to come right off the page.
The words pop off the page.
I'm telling you, try it. It is like, I gotta tell you, this to me, I can hardly wait till you finish this thing. I think this is maybe your best work. This is hilarious. This should be turned into a sitcom, the way this is going.
It would be more of a Seinfeld.
But
kind
this
of
is funny.
Maybe we should produce an episode, a chapter.
Maybe we should. That's a good idea.
Last I checked, I know a production company that could probably do
You
that.
know, I never thought about pulling that out. That could be freaking.
You had a dream to do that. Remember?
I did.
We had taken a book, and it was last
True.
summer, and our production crew, they took my one signed copy of this book, and they went through it, and they took it, and they took it, and they took it, and we never saw them again.
Never saw him again.
So, and they took it, and I never got another copy of the book.
Never- I
But you
never got
wanted
to
to
it.
do one chapter in this book.
I've always said that you should do, whenever you have an author, you should do a chapter of their book on set. That
would
could
you
be
do it?
challenging. Oh, now you're putting me on the spot.
Yeah,
What
you have
chapter
to
do
pick,
we
like,
take?
Your favorite chapter that we would take.
You'd have to look and see whatever worked best on set.
A synopsis.
Be kind of cool.
Maybe have somebody run through a hose 50 times.
It might have to be Amy.
I'd run under a hose. That'd be fun. But with it providing the right music, I had.
Mia, are we all queued up? Yes. Steve, we have a treat for you because Mia has been with us as an intern, official intern, through FAU since January, since February. And today was supposed to be her last day. And when she started with us last summer, she came and she met with us. We were on remote. And she happened to mention that she sings. And it was very remiss of me and Freddie because we moved in the pandemic. We never actually had Mia sing until Monday. And she sang, she brought Freddie to tears. She has the voice of an angel. And we were remiss in not putting her front and center on the camera other than for the bar. She's learned so many things here, and we're hoping by the grace of the elements above us that she's going to stay with us and work with us at least for Gubba Rum Friday and Casa Mia. But we're going to take the show. Actually, I'm not going to take it out. Mia, you're going to sing, and then we're going to come back. Because I want everyone to enjoy. We're going to ISO on Mia. We're going to ISO on her. No?
Let's go to ISO on Mia.
And
you gotta watch your levels.
I got to tell you, Steve and Amy.
Because she has a powerful voice. You gotta watch your levels.
She hides her talent is all I can say. So
And she left us speechless the last time. I don't know what she's gonna sing.
And we thought this is going to be a great treat, a great Friday treat. So whenever they're ready, we're going to cue this up, and then we'll come back to us, and then we'll do what we got to do at the end.
So here we go. Maybe.
Hello, you long shots, you dark horse runners, hairbrush singers, dashboard drummers. Hello, you wild magnolias, just waiting to bloom. There's a little bit of all that inside of me and you. Thank God, even crazy dreams come true. I stood at the bottom of some walls I thought I couldn't climb. I felt like Cinderella at the ball, just running out of time. So I know how it feels to be afraid. You think that it's all gonna slip away. Hold on, hold on.
Where is that from?
Carrie Underwood, actually.
Things you never knew until we asked, right?
Seriously.
It's funny because with Mia, we've always put Mia on the spot, and this is no different. So as long as she can control that nervous energy she got going, she got a great voice. And I have a recommendation I want to talk to Mia about afterwards. I like to record some music that she does and actually record it properly. I think we could do a nice little piece with that. Some things that I want to work on. We want to do an animation show. Wait till you see what we're going to be coming out with. And you guys are going to be part of this because we're going to be using pictures and we're going to use picture animation. And I want Mia to sort of put music behind it. So it's a lot to come.
Well, I got my fingers crossed that today is not your official last day, Mia, and that you're going to, I'm holding on to that conversation we had this morning, that you will be back at least temporarily and do what you got to do, because it has been a pleasure and an honor to watch you grow, and there is so much more of you that we have yet to see.
True that.
Have a great weekend. Steve, thank you so much. Gubba Gold, we're opening up. Things are opening. Restaurants are opening. We got to get this to Crazy Uncle Mike's. We got places to go, people to see. And we got to see Amy Minty this Sunday. What time?
7 p.m.
I can't
Facebook
wait
Live.
to see the costume.
Wow.
And if no one knows what Toast Skagen is, I'm telling you, scroll through Amy's page. It is a treat. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I gotta look at Toast Skagen now.
You ever had it?
No, never.
Ever had it, Steve?
Not that I'm aware of.
And Freddie did call IKEA when we were at commercial break. I do want you to know.
You definitely did. The cinnamon rolls are
I
amazing.
told you they
Yeah.
had the Swedish thing. The
They
Swedish
just right. I think they're a Swedish
Swedish
company
shrimp.
or
It's
something.
funny. How did you know to go get Swedish product? They sell all the Swedish
Because
products.
Martha Stewart put out some article, I don't know, last year, 2 years ago, when Toskagen got really popular. Supposedly, I never heard of it until like I said, my friend went to work at Waxen's, which is a Swedish restaurant in Jupiter area. So
Listen, IKEA, a Swedish
brand, I
brand
believe. Yeah.
store.
The lady
They
says
have-
we sell Swedish brand products. Yes, it's here.
It's
That's
great.
good.
It's great to know going forward when I make it again. I can actually.
Seriously.
Actually, are we near an IKEA though? Are we? Okay.
We are?
I feel like IKEA is a northern thing.
It's like 30
Yeah,
minutes south.
Oh,
of
'cause
right
she's
in Sunrise.
south.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought too,
You
because I
know?
never
This
drove
is-
by one.
There's an IKEA North?
Where?
Where?
Yeah, IKEA is north. Like I
Yeah,
know
like
New
a
Jersey.
northeastern thing. There is? I haven't passed.
I
This
only
is-
know the one in Sunrise.
That's all I know, too.
There is a Swedish breakfast place in Palm Beach. I forget the name of it. I'll never remember, but I know I'll think of it and I'll send it to you. You can
Hey,
talk about it.
Steve, I heard
Yes,
that
sir.
you are a good Swedish cook, that you are an excellent cook.
That's a vicious rumor and totally untrue. Although I do have Swedish relatives, but it's never rubbed off.
Because
on me.
you're from Boston, and Boston are great cuts from Boston.
Boston.
Yeah,
Don't
Boston
listen
has
to-
an enormous Swedish population that nobody knows about. Everybody thinks they're Irish, they're actually Swedish. But there you go.
He is hilarious. You know, when you come down here, we're going to put a show just around you because you are
You're
hilarious.
so funny. Steve, thank you so much for always joining us. Amy,
Have a
thank
great
you.
weekend.
Tune in
Thank you,
Sunday.
Dawn.
Amy Minty, you can find all of her books at amyminty.com and on Amazon. All of the books are there. Amazing reviews. Check out Brenda Warren's review. She's going to read the next one tomorrow. And yes, she's going to interview you, Amy, on her show. We just need to coordinate a day and a time, and she
Okay,
said
sounds
she would
good.
be honored.
Okay,
to
I
share
would be
that.
honored too to be on her show.
Which will be exciting. Mia, have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you see you next week. To our crew, what can I say?
It was a great week.
A great week.
Heads up. Thank you very much, all you guys, for doing what you do.
Gaba.
Ron, always a pleasure.
I can't wait to see. Can we please take a picture of Ron's hangers, Amy, over the weekend?
Oh, you got it.
Oh my God. That
Have
is
a great
hilarious.
weekend.
I'm gonna post it.
Be safe.
Yeah.
Be kind to each other. We'll see you Monday,
Enjoy
9
your-
a.m. drive time.
Enjoy
Have
your
a great
weekend.
weekend.
Don't be
Bye-bye.
late.
Breakfast
All
in
right,
bed.
Steve.
Bye bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly.